5 faster ways to learn business than sitting in a classroom trying to earn an MBA degree. I'm going to give you 5 ways. All right, welcome colleagues. George Sloan. This is the MBA Accelerator. Hit the subscribe button now for material that's like this and more. 5 faster ways to learn business. You're far better served learning business the new way as opposed to the old way. A traditional MBA degree is time intensive, it's money intensive, and quite frankly, there are better ways. Number one, I've said this one many times before, start and build a micro business, a little side business, a little side hustle. There is no substitute for actually learning in the field under fire. You'll learn marketing, sales, negotiation, systems, process, finance, you name it, and it will far exceed what you're going to be able to learn in an MBA degree program, because you're not going to live in fantasy land and you're not going to live in hypotheticals. You're going to be dealing with the real world and solving real world problems. So that's number one. Number two, solve real problems at work. Say you're a corporate employee. Listen, I've been there. I look around and I see things that are broken. There's a lot of broken shit in companies today. Look around, identify something that's broken, or ask, hey, what's broken around here that someone might appreciate me fixing? Then go about looking at it. You're going to have to do a little research. You're going to have to do a little analysis. You're going to have to draw some conclusions. You're going to have to create a plan. And then you say, I've done all this work. I'm ready to execute on it. I will solve this problem. I will improve this. Goes a long way. And you're going to learn a whole lot more than you would sitting like this in a classroom trying to earn an MBA degree. All right. 3, take short, specialized courses. Another one I can't emphasize enough. I did dozens of them. What I will do is I will go into a phase where I will do a sprint, a surge, and I will crush them. I found places online where you can get little courses for free. I also went on my company internal website and found courses that they offered that would cost me nothing, and I consumed them like a thirsty man in the desert. I drank them all down as fast as I could. Why? Because I wanted to expose myself and upskill, even in small ways. Anytime you go and do a little course or read a book even, I always look for one little gem. I'm really excited when I get, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems, but just get one thing. You'll go a long way and you'll do it a lot faster and get to use it immediately compared to an MBA. All right, number 4, use AI tools for guided learning. I want to share with you a little secret. What I did when I was doing my certifications, I would go on YouTube and obviously I would look for test banks and try to, test myself to prepare myself for the certification exam. But I also found it very useful to use ChatGPT to help me do that. Now, I wasn't looking for it to teach me, the actual content for the certification. What I was looking for was for it to give me various types of test questions. And again, I'm sharing a little secret of mine. What I would do is I would say, listen, I need some multiple choice questions that would be asked on, say it was the PMP, the new current version of the PMP test that I'm probably going to be taking in a month or two, whatever it was. I need multiple choice questions, and what I want is I want intermediate to hard questions, or I want to start with easy questions, and then you ask me harder ones. And what I would do is I would also sometimes say, time me. Give me 10 questions, but only give me X number of minutes to do it. And don't give me the answers until I submit all of my answers. And give me a time on how long it took me, because that particular test is a time test, and there's very interesting types of questions that they ask. And it was a way that I was able to hack and get more test question practice. And I specifically asked for those intermediate to hard questions. All right. Number 5, study case studies and apply them immediately. And I'll go one step further on that. My notes say study case studies and apply them immediately. There are some famous case studies, and you can find them online and look them up and study them on your own. You don't need to go and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars and sit in a classroom to do it. They're there. But I'll add one more thing. Build your own case studies. Think about that one for a second. Do a project, follow it from start to finish, and then sit down and go, okay, what was the situation? What was the approach that we took? And what were the results? Here are the key learnings. Build your own case study that you can share. Very powerful tool. So listen, you learn by doing. You know, when I always like the analogy, when you learn, when you're a baby, how do you learn how to walk? There's a whole series of steps. One of the first things you have to do is learn how to flip over. Then once you learn how to flip over, you got to learn how to lift yourself up. Once you learn how to lift yourself up, you got to learn how to move. And it doesn't start real smooth. You got to start learning how to coordinate. Then you're going to get up and you're going to learn how to stand up, but then fall down. And you learn how to fall down on your butt so that you don't hurt yourself. Then you learn how to stand up and you start surfing on the tables or the couches. Then you start taking your first awkward steps. Then you start to get better, so on and so forth. Same concept here. You learn by doing. Before you know it, you're running like a maniac and you're driving your parents crazy, right? So there are faster ways to learn business than sitting in a classroom. And the core of it comes down to you learn by doing. So create circumstances and situations where you can actually do something, learn a lesson from it, and apply it to the next time. So if you're interested in this and you don't want to sit in a classroom and listen to lectures, you're in the right place. This is the MBA Accelerator channel. Hit subscribe. Please give us a like and a share. If you want, check out the main channel, the My Ford University channel. It's got a lot more broad content if that's what you're into. But the MBA focused stuff is right here. I am George Sloan. Glad you came by. Hope to see you the next time. Thank you.